Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, my 6'10 Demigod point center is breaking NBA 2K26 already, man. Like, this has been so fun, just hopping in for a session of threes with the boys. Now, in case you're wondering what the teammates are too, I dropped a video this morning talking about how like the pure locks and just like the absolute defense everywhere builds are low-key really here, and that's who I'm playing with if you happen to, be wondering in today's video. But as you can see, we're coming out here dribbling, slashing, floating, all this stuff on the 6'10 point center, and this has been an absolute fun time. Look at the gathers too. We got the hop dunk going hard right there, shrugging them off, playing really good defense on us. Get a standing dunk in traffic right there on like the whole team. We have another hop gather that was really clean as well, where once again, they're bodying me up like really tight and we're able to just kind of get past them. And right here is like a really good example too of like these floaters with the Sabonis are nasty. Now, I decided to put this on because I told the boys like we were going to hop in here with the double pier locks. I'm just hitting that classic LeBron meme of like, spread it out, ISO, like, and just let me go at it with the slasher stuff. I was hoping I could learn a lot. I was hoping I could get a lot of reps, and that I did 100%. So the reason I'm running Sabonis is it's really good for the middle of the court. It's really good for like if I'm moving from about right here and like into this range and about right here moving into this range. So if people are sagging off on me super far as a slasher, like pure inside, can't shoot, anything like that, you can bring this type of, range to the table, 17, 18 footers that are like a really consistent timing, really hittable. It's just a really beautiful thing. And then speaking of a beautiful thing, look at the hops, man. Look at the layups. Like, it's just so clean. So once again, out on the break, coming down the lane, as you can see, instead of going for that meter dunk, I don't know, let's just float it, man. Why not? So I will certainly get to some gameplay really quickly because we do have 3 gameplays that I want to show. I want to show all of them. It's just such a fun time and such a fun video to make. So why not? I'm living off a high right now, bro. Like, I literally just got done playing it, and it was just the most fun I've had playing 2K and probably like, since 2K20 probably. And I can see the vision too. Only as an 89 overall right now, obviously, and I don't have that much defense on it or anything like that, but I can see the vision of this being so fun. And on top of the fact that it's a good build and fun for me to play with and something that I really do see a future with, it's got a fire build name, Yamming Force of Nature, bro. So anyway, I do want to quickly shout out my 6'8 though. I haven't played on it a ton, but I did play with this build specifically with Tonic last night because we hopped on 2s and we need a defender. And one of the struggles with these builds right here of like the early game 85 overall classic is that it's hard to upgrade everything. So I recommend you guys play with a specialization of your build essentially. Like what I did in these videos is I just went very offensive with my 6'10 right here, and unfortunately it was not a good fit for last night playing with the other content creators. It's just offense central everywhere. Nobody's willing to be a role player, and it ended up being a terrible time. But playing with this right here of like, the double locks and being able to just embrace the fact my defense wasn't great or anything like that out the box, but it eventually will be serviceable when I have the, means to upgrade it. Then this build right here, I have defensive. It's extremely defensive, and I just made it just to play with Tonic, and it's just a true blue role player. So unfortunately, I'm not here to tell you guys to make 2 builds because I don't want to like, put that upon you or anything like that. But I will recommend specialize in something. Be something that you can bring to the table for your team, because if you come out here with like 3 offensive players, it's going to be a rough time. So anyway, let's get into this though, because like I said, we do have a couple of gameplays to get to. So just want to show you guys what the build looks like in the builder. And again, as you can see by what I was showing you, 89 overall, Yamming Force of Nature. I'll at the end of the video show you the actual ratings that I had in the gameplay itself, but I want to just quickly get to, the builder set of things. So 6'10", 225 in the weight, 7'4 wingspan. It's for a very specific reason. I'm going to eventually cap break the defensive rebound to 96, and that'll get naturally the Hall of Fame rebound chaser and Hall of Fame box out beast. And then also I'm going to cap break 3 driving dunk. Now I think that's what I'm going to do first. I think I'm going to get to 96 driving dunk paired with 85 vertical so I can get elite contacts off too, and at least add something to the bag as far as the meter dunk stuff. I mean, I'm not for any reason of like it's not powerful enough. I just want to get the animation rather than like, get like a badge or anything like that. But the build, great rebounder on both ends of the court. Again, we're playing for that cap break eventually of the 96 to be able to like have even better ability to rebound. 82 perimeter D, it's been holding up fine. I can't say much for the blocker interior yet though, because I haven't even upgraded it on my build. And then I can really speak to the 76 pass act. This has been zipping. It has been really getting the job done for me on 2s, 3s, anything like that. So it's unfortunate. I don't even like to see that personally. I would much rather the game actually demand higher pass accuracy than this, but I don't know, man. As if last year wasn't bad enough with the low pass act being, you know, a acceptable thing, it's even more this year. I don't know. I don't think they should have done that, but that's like the one thing I can beef with in the game. Now, I do want to tell you guys this much also. The floaters are based on a combination of your close shot and driving lay. So night one, when I came out here and wanted to like, you know, have floaters to be part of my bag and be part of the thing that I'd have to like counter people paint sitting me, I couldn't make floaters because I had negative 40 close shot. Like I didn't upgrade it because I didn't think I'd need it at the time. I just figured I'll have standing dunk, and driving lay, and it'll be simple as that. But it's a combination. They like combine the two ratings into the meter size and use them both to determine your floaters. Now, that is not the case for every other driving lay. It's just floaters that they do that for. Everything else is going to be just based off your driving layup, and then obviously standing below the basket. Close shots will be based off your close shot too. But anyway, that's the build. Maybe at the end of the video, we'll talk about the max +1s and stuff like that, but I do want to note, obviously, something like speed with ball going to 86 and getting that bronze lightning, or 68 and getting that bronze lightning launch is big, because I can get a tier 2 +2 on that, and boom, now all of a sudden we have gold lightning launch. I can literally just take 93 dunk and gold poster and put that to +2 as well because it's in tier 1, and then boom, now we have legend posterizer. Like, the +1s are huge, the +2s are huge. They're here for sure. All right, so let's get into the gameplay. Let's have some fun with this, because honestly, it truly is just some fun video stuff. And I do have some stuff for you guys on both ends of the court, because I do want to, in this video, also, since it's the first video I've uploaded since a controversial video of the 6'8" lockdowns of will the low pass accuracy build like style even work or anything like that, they're here. I mean, it's literally in the game, as you'll see. So anyway, as you can see, my top attributes, I have 94 dunk because I did put my 1 cap break to the driving dunk. But yeah, and as you can see, off rip, one of the clips that were in the little cut up right there, we just get the standing dunk over everybody. I wasn't even gonna record it, but Handles was like, yo, that'd be fire for the thumbnail. And I'm playing with the guy that makes my thumbnails here too. And bro, Handles was hooping. He's the one that looks like Draymond. And the other one, obviously Tyson, he's gonna be part of my Pro-Am team this year. He's gonna be playing lockdown at the 3, and he was doing his thing in this game too. So I'm glad we have a good squad around us and stuff too. And then also, I wanted to talk about this quickly, and we'll just talk about it now rather than, you know, later in the video. For those of you that are out there without a crew, because as you can see, I had my long-awaited crew right here, and we're gonna have like 50 members. We got all types of people as far as my closest like homies on the game, and then some of my friend of friends, if you will, were like people like, you know, Bonnie or let's say like Tonic. I'm gonna allow them to just like get their own guys in here too, for if they weren't playing with me. Also, shout out to the crazy hop dunk. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, if you guys don't have a crew by like tomorrow or the day after, what I'm going to do, and I want to lay this out for all of you guys, because I don't want to make a video on it necessarily, but I want you guys to like use this video, or maybe I'll shout it out in the next video, because I don't want to like ruin my, you know, YouTube viewership and stuff like that with all the algorithm stuff that there is involved in it, with like, you know, a little spam video of just like asking you guys to you know, go to like some link or anything like that. But and also crazy clip right there too. It's just so much fun. Anyway, I promise we won't get to any more of the gameplay stuff until I get this off my, you know, mental. So I want you guys, if you don't have a crew by tomorrow or the day after or anything like that, or even right now, you could if you would like to as well. I just don't want to leech off of everybody's like friend groups and stuff like that. But if you have nowhere to go with it and don't want to join like the public crews, if you will, where it's probably just going to be a cesspool of garbage, if you ask me, it's going to be not actually people interacting or anything like that. I don't think it's going to be great. So what I'd rather do instead for you guys is, I'm resisting the urge to talk about that clip right there. I want you guys to be able to join the Discord that I have in the link, and then I'm going to allow you to like, you know, if you're in the East server, if you're in the West server, maybe EU, maybe I'll create a like Europe team of this too, but I'm gonna create some team captains. I'm gonna allow them to like, you know, reach out to you guys, or you reach out to them in the Discord, however we go about it. And if you join the East server crew, boom, you're gonna be able to like get put in one of those. I'm assuming there maybe will be 1, 2, depending on how many of you guys join. Maybe there'll be even more. I'm just trying to put on for my community. I do want you guys to know though, I will not be responsible for anything in that. If people are being toxic, people are being lame, that's not on me. I'm just trying to be a vessel for you guys to actually have the ability to find some people to play with. I hope that my community is cool enough with like everybody and each other to not be toxic to each other, but I can't control that obviously. So I don't want to take any accountability for it. I just want to be the guy who gives you guys the opportunity to do so. Now, I have my own crew and it's going to be very obviously like, you know, me and my guys, right? But if people are lacking behind or like really aren't contributing enough hardly at all, I will probably replace them eventually. And what I want this LA2, if you will, like what I'm going to have you guys be all in essentially, if you want to join the East server, is for LA2, I want like the ability to low-key just bring you guys in if, you know, like we need extra people essentially. And it'll be a feeder crew, if you will, where like it'll be technically like our B team essentially, but with the opportunity to maybe move up into the one that I'm actually in. And I hope that the people that I put in charge of that will be cool with that. I might even reward them with like compensation of something like that, for, you know, producing someone that low-key would be like worth enough for me to bring into mine or anything like that. So I hope the leadership that we put in place is good enough. Again, I don't want to take accountability for that leadership or anything like that, but I am really looking forward to the idea of putting on for you guys that are maybe the lone wolves of the world that don't have the friend groups or anything like that, because I understand that this crew system is very skewed toward friend groups and cliques and stuff like that. So I want to try and help as much as I can with my community and help you guys in specific to allow you the opportunity to do that. So the link will be in the description of this video or even the comments probably to the Discord. And again, just pick the server you want to play in and it'll be as simple as that. You'll just get into that and we'll start sorting things out. Dudes will figure out how to send you invites and stuff like that. It'll be very simple. So anyway, sorry that I yapped a little bit, but it's something that I am passionate about trying to put on for you guys for. Like, I really do want the ability for you guys to actually have the ability to get into a crew if you are searching to do so. And hopefully it's a common, you know, interest of watching my channel that can gravitate you guys toward similarities of, I don't know, styles, personalities, stuff like that, things you can at least relate to. And there's nothing really in it for me, to be honest, other than that it's something that I want to do and like put on for my community a little bit. And I guess the one thing that would really be in it for me specifically, like selfishly speaking, is the ability to have a crew that is like our little brother in a sense. Would be really fun to just be able to actually like get people like from that I know are like, you know, trusted, tested at that point, have a lot of like, you know, vouchers and stuff from the people that are in the crew of if they eventually move up, hopefully everybody roots for that out of each other. Like, I don't want it to be like the G League because I think it's a little bit disrespectful, because I do think the differential between like, you know, crew 1, crew 2, crew 3 is not the same as like an A team, B team, C team really would be or anything like that. It's just that I want for you guys to maybe support each other in the sense of like, it would be cool to get into ours because I think ours will be ranked really highly, all things considered. And if it's not because people are lacking, I want it to be people like you guys that are watching the video right now that maybe can help us actually become even better of a crew and like get ranked higher and benefit you guys off of like, you know, the rewards and stuff like that we get for it. So anyway, I wanted to go on that quick little tangent because I did want to give you guys at least that opportunity, so feel free to check it out. I'll probably go on a slightly shorter tangent on like another video sometime to like detail it. And again, there's really nothing in it for me other than I just want to help you guys out. So anyway, let's get into the actual gameplay talking about stuff now, but I felt like this was a good time for me to, you know, chat about that a little bit. So as you can see, the pass accuracy actually very solid on this build. And again, if you've seen any of the clips of Tyson and Handles just like coming out here and actually like playing really nice and really capable as far as like the defensive stuff goes, it's been clean. Now right here you can see I go for the post spin, and this will happen, obviously. I mean, this isn't a great take or anything like that. I'm going into traffic with the clock low. Clock's low, I got to get something off. So you can see it goes for like a Euro meter dunk. I want you guys to know I obviously did not do that on purpose. Unfortunately, I had been told by somebody at Community Day, I don't even know who it was, but I had been told by somebody that you could do a gather into a meter dunk, and I was like, you're kidding me. Unfortunately, I forgot to even like, you know, do that or anything like that at the Community Day. So I've just been sitting here the whole time since thinking I was maybe going to be able to do it or like getting ready to test that. And no, you can't. It's unfortunate, but It would have been crazy if you could have, obviously. But anyway, yeah, that is a meter dunk, kind of just contact dunk animation of putting you into that auto Euro. It happened last year as well, so it's nothing completely new. But anyway, as you can see, boom, hitting that little escape move into the downhill drive. I mean, you can do so many speed boosts out of every different kind of move and stuff like that. So a lot of it is just based off of like, how do you want to move standing still as far as like avoiding defenders? And then a lot of it's as a slasher style, just can you get downhill with it cleanly? So I tested a lot of these animations. KD escape is what I'm running for that. As you can see, there's a big thorough like explanation on the behind the back stuff. So you've seen me do pro behind the back recently, where it's just been a pretty basic like behind the back that's still very clean though. But if you want to do this big burst one, you have to do a hezzy first into behind the back, and if you do a move as a prefix to the behind the back, it'll give you the big downhill bursty one. So it's interesting for sure. As you can see though, a classic like case of me as point center on the threes. If I can be surrounded with the right cast, I think it really is a beautiful thing, because what this build brings to the table that a typical ISO build doesn't, obviously, is not the ability to shoot threes. I can't shoot threes, and it's going to be a less efficient style, or like a less points per possession kind of look, if you get what I'm saying. It's going to be a lot of twos and stuff like that. But me not being able to shoot gets kind of compensated in the opposite way of I have great rebounding, obviously, right? Like this is a build that only has 80, 85 offensive rebound currently, but will eventually have like super high rebound chaser and all types of stuff like that. So when my teammates miss on shots that I either feed them on like, a good look for them, also my D-board's really low at the current moment, just want to, keep that in mind obviously for the clip, but when my teammates shoot shots and like miss or anything like that, I'm down there, I'm ready for the board, and because I'm up here inside, I'm around the paint very often as well. So when I drive and demand extra attention from the rest of the defense, it's something that really creates a lot of opportunities for, good shot opportunities. And if there isn't a good shot opportunity, then like this, I'm down here for the rebound, and boom, now it's like putbacks. Again, this style is nasty. And then on top of that too, it's kind of the casual killer, if you will, where like I have these guys at power forward and I'm at small forward. So I'm at the point guard with this, and we're still doing the matchup switches and stuff too. So listen, fellas, I'm a manipulator. I want to get into coaching when I get older. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard that and stuff, like when I'm in my 30s or something like that. And I like pushing the envelope, all right? Like if there's something that I can take advantage of, I want to do it. And in this case, it's me being at the point guard and my locks being at the 2 and the 3. If teams aren't smart enough to switch that, then that's the type of thing I want to take advantage of. A cheeky little, exploit, I guess. But anyway, as you can see, solid contest for my build right there, 27%. In the clip, I did only have bronze challenger, but I now have silver if I were to show you guys the build currently. So anyway, like right here, the little downhill blowout dribble, but you can see I get blitzed right there. I mean, obviously, I'm looking to pass that to handles in the left corner on that exact instance, but yeah, they just end up getting the reach on me too soon. As you can see, they're like low-key double teaming me like pretty early. But anyway, hit the hezzy, and then the hezzy just has a beautiful speed boost off it too. Bro, the gold lightning launch and just oh my god, everything about this build and the style just makes me so happy playing the game, bro. Like, it's been a long time since I felt this way. I do get cut on right there. It was really smooth by him. I mean, he went for a wrap into a cut, and like while also like doing a pretty distracting thing with like the on-ball movement and stuff that the rest of the team was doing. But anyway, as you see right here, just kind of fiddling around with the dribble moves. The sig size up, I believe that is Giannis sig size up. I could be wrong about that though. I'll show you guys the sigs and stuff after the game's over. But I think let's just keep it at 2. But just trust me when I say, like, there's a third gameplay of this that's exactly the same as these, where I'm just doing the exact same thing, cooking, and these boys are playing some good defense too. Right here, you can see I think he's gapping me a little bit, so I was thinking about going for the floater, but instead go for the hop. They double team, and again, hops you can actually like get out of and cancel. So with that, you have the ability to come down with the ball and gather, and as you can see, 2 guys jump, boom. Well, there's one wide open. It demands attention. If you have defensive players around you that can support my style and allow for a non-3-point spamming style on threes and get stops, get steals, get blocks, get rebounds, secure the board, secure the box out, and then just play good defense and stop teams from scoring, it really enables my style even more because it's necessary, obviously, right? The game's shooting is very good, and then if with that comes the ability to get open consistently, you're going to have problems like playing this style. It's why I had problems yesterday playing with like, Tonic and Joey, and I love those boys for sure, but And Tonic for sure. I even continue to play with on 2s, and he's a dog as well. But guys, like, it's hard for me to play the game and be a slasher and be productive if I'm playing with a footer and a 7-4 on the 3s at the same time while being a 6'10 point guard. Like, I can't play my style like that because it's not good enough defensively to take this type of like 2-point taking efficiency right here. Like, I'll probably go 85% field goal realistically most every game. And if my teammates are missing, I'll probably have good chances at offensive rebounds too, because I'm going to be down there consistently too. And there might be times where I, instead of running 2 locks, want to run like a 2-way sharp at the 1, so I have a pick and roll threat on the court, and it's not just all on me as far as the pressure as far as the offense goes. But point being is, you got to get stops to enable your play style right here if you want to play like this. If you want to take 2s and get consistent 2s and like floaters and meter dunks and stuff like that and be in the pick and roll, taking your slips and stuff, you got to have defense. So my build is not only like pretty good defensively for a point guard hypothetically, but also these freaking nature defensive builds that we have right here. So let me show you my SIGs real quick, and then I'll also show you this build once again. But if you want to go into further detail with it, feel free to check out the video that I posted this morning of like the only build that can guard 1 through 5 is what I captioned it as. And I truly do believe in that. These builds, like, I'll talk about it more when we actually detail them. Let me just get to the SIGs of mine real quick. Alright, so let me give you guys the rundown on everything I think you need to see. So I want to start off first and foremost with the build specialization. I've gone with rebounding as my personal choice. I think it's going to be the safer play, and like I can fit in as a role player. Not to mention, your progress transfers between builds on this. So if you're someone that wants to play center like me consistently but has a lot of different builds that relate to it as well, this is something that would be a lot safer to go for. Now, to be fair, okay, so I can't view it, but like the finishing ones are kind of ridiculous as far as the requirements, and the defense is awful. So all things considered, what I'm essentially going to do, and I'll go over to the slots and stuff like that, I'll probably, for the specialization, have, rebound chaser and brick wall in these +1/+2 slots. Then I'll probably decide between if I'm trying to have fun or if I'm trying to grind, like or play as like more of a role player, how I want to go about the +2/+1s in these slots as well. So currently, I have things like float game, poster, lightning launch, and unpluckable in these slots. It's all I have as far as like badges that are actually like, maxed out and capable of doing so. I'm working on rebound chaser, obviously. That's bronze chaser, by the way, that you're seeing in the gameplay. But to be fair, the opponents also have bronze. As you can see, I haven't set a single screen with this build yet. It's a whole style of the build that I intend to use, but I haven't got a single thing of brick wall progress at all yet. So yeah, and then I don't even have the interceptor and paint patroller and stuff like that unlocked because, as you can see, the way I have the build upgraded right now has very minimal interior defense. Now, if you want to copy the way I went about this, what I started with, and I wouldn't recommend copying it because technically the way I went about it was pretty bad, I didn't upgrade close shot right away. But if by 89 overall this is what you want or something like that, or if you use your 90 overall rebirth as well and can get the build to this capability, it's really good. This is a good spot to be with it. Now again, you want to be around lockdowns. This is going to be a tough build to play with defensively currently. However, it's a good third defender, if you get what I'm saying. Like, this is a really good build to have as the worst defender on the court. I mean, it still has great physicals, 82 perimeter D, and is 6'10". That's still pretty good, especially compared to a lot of point guards, So all things considered, I like it. Anyway, as far as the cap breakers, like I said, the first thing we're going to work toward is getting that 96 dunk, so that's why we have it on currently. And to kind of implore you guys to like why I think you should join a crew, to show you the crew awards, at level 8 you get a cap breaker, and at level 15 you get a cap breaker. Now you have a week to get these, but, well, I shouldn't even say a week. It's a week from joining the crew that you're able to unlock these. So that's why I want to kind of get on it sometime soon for you guys as well, because if you start working toward this and start getting toward level 8, level 15, I want you to have like the capability to like, actually get these cap breakers. Because again, I'm trying to put on for you guys. Like, I think it'd be fun, And like, for instance, this is our crew. Like, shout out Naomi, man. Like, she's out here getting more XP than me. But anyway, like we got Zuda putting in work, me and all the boys. As you can see, once you get people to 100 crew XP, you can make them a vice president as well, which allows you to like invite other people. But yeah, we're pretty deep crew over here. We got almost 30 members currently, and it's a plan that we have a group chat of like around 50. The problem is it's a little ugly early to like get all the invites. So hopefully whoever we get in charge of you guys as an admin can really be like willing to put in the time for that and show them appreciation too to something like that. It's going to be a really tedious work and like tedious grind early, but I hope they can be rewarded for doing things like that. Anyway, As far as the takeover, I will let y'all know this changes randomly for some stupid reason. It's going to be something they have to fix in the game. It's just bugged. It sometimes just changes to a random takeover that I don't even own, let alone that I can even unlock. So yeah, not exactly a great scenario. And also, if anybody knows in the comments how you get Jet and Power Leaper or Powerhouse or anything like that, feel free to let me know, because I have no idea how you unlock these physical takeovers or anything like that. Like, so this has the Hydration Hero ability, and it allows you to have infinite stamina when you have, and adrenaline, when you have it active. Now, Jet, as you can see, gives speed, agility, and vertical. Powerhouse gives speed, agility, and strength. And then Power Leaper is speed and strength +7 instead of the +6. Now, Power Leaper is probably the worst of them. Obviously, I would probably recommend the Powerhouse and Jet as far as, like, you know, playing the style. But Driver and Poster Machine, as you saw in the video, like, the Poster Machine is good. And on top of that, for Driver to be boosting speed with ball passively and then, you know, just have a +6 when you have it maxed out, it's pretty clean, man, for sure. So anyway, let's get to the SIGs now. Animations, this is what I think is going to be the best, but I've only tested it for a day, obviously, right? So I don't know for a fact. Now, we have Giannis dribble style. That is a fact, 100% the best. SIG size up is pro. I actually think that was the best, but again, I don't know for a fact that it's going to be. Normal breakdown combo. Let me tell you why. This gets you into the meter dunks. It's the thing from 24 that I used to do, where if I flick up on the stick and let this animation play out, it'll walk me down into the dead zone. So keep that in mind. I think Wemby might have a good breakdown combo for you if you have a shooter, but that was in previous years. Anyway, like I said, I haven't labbed all these animations, but I'm just using things I'm familiar with, and if they're bad, then I'll switch off. For the escape moves, we have KD and the Hezi KD. These are both very good for just, you know, doing like wide-rangey moves. I would just call it a good standstill dribble move. Simple as that, you know? Like, it's big, it's rangy. I don't really know if I really care for anything more than that. To be fair, this style doesn't exactly use escape moves and Hezis the same way most builds would. A lot of what I do is like downhill movements. So I have pro crossover and pro behind the back active. This is 100% going to be the best one for you to run. I don't think it's even close. You don't get a lot of options with behind the backs on 610s and plus, so it's a little bit ugly as far as the options, but thank goodness for pro. And then pro crossover is pretty good. I used to run this in 24, so like the tween and the cross are both pretty solid. I don't know. Everything else that I tried was a little bit slow and just kind of not useful. Like KD, it has that little baby push cross that people like. I'm not a fan personally. Wemby, not fast and sweepy enough, you know. And Bankero, still, once again, pretty hitchy. Not like the worst. It's probably the next best or normal. But long story short, you definitely want pro for the cross and the behind the back when it comes to this style. Anyway, that's about it for the animations. I mean, obviously not a whole lot more to talk about. If you want to copy my layup package, per se, here's that. So we got Sabonis Floater or Bam. Both of them. Pretty good. Now, you can check out other videos of mine if you want me to go into more detail, because again, it's kind of a lot to talk about at once. But Bam is good for like toward your dominant hand, so if you're left-handed, you want to move toward the left while doing it, and it'll give you the best floater animation, probably in the game for that matter. Sabonis, however, can be used to both hands, but it has to be moving toward the middle of the court. So you can't move like toward the wings, like essentially you saw in the gameplay, like in the highlight clips, right? You're trying to just stay toward the middle of the court essentially and be moving toward, like if you're on the right side, you want to be moving toward the left. If you're on the right side, if you're on the left side, you want to be moving toward the right. And as you can see, it's a 78 requirement as far as the layups go. For all the gathers, I'm a pretty big fan of this. You can't get any quick scoops, which is interesting for the bigs, but I don't know. Besides that, we have Zion Euro. That was pretty solid. The hop for Randall, that's a keeper for sure. I gotta say, this is so good. And what's beautiful about these gathers too is you can see them in the preview. They don't just show like a random layup package thing about it. They show the actual Sabonis hop or the Randall hop. And as you can see, a lot of these are kind of garbage. Like, that's not good. Jokic was solid. I don't think this is like, you know, detrimental or anything like that. I still do think Randall's probably gonna be better. But yeah, Embiid, decent. It's a little bit more of like, it feels like a, I don't know, like a shifty hop, kind of, if you know what I'm saying. Now, I will try this as well, because I am intrigued by it, but I don't like that whole like same hand little reverse lay he's doing right there. But I wonder how it looks chaining it into a dunk as well. Is definitely something to, you know, think about. KD hop, it could be solid as well. Who knows? They're showing a lot of ball hand hops and stuff like that too, though. But anyway. don't want to spend a whole hour talking about all this stuff, even though I probably could. But anyway, Randall for the spin lay, and then I don't know what the heck to do for the motion style. I accidentally lied to y'all on Twitter. I thought 2K Labs had posted the motion styles, and it turns out that that was 25 intel. So thankfully I didn't run with that too hard or anything like that. But for the motion style, I currently have Aiden. I don't know. We'll have to see what the best is going to be. If you like the way my player was moving, feel free to let me know. And feel free to let me know what you think is going to be one of, like, not even is going to be the best. Just throughout the year, let me know what y'all think as far as, like, good ones that are worth trying. Because I'm sure Labs will test it. I'm sure Toots will test it. But, like, right now, we obviously have no info to go off of. So it's a little bit, you know, free-for-all as far as, like, who actually has the good ones. Who knows? Anyway. For the dunk packages, obviously contact dunks and then quick drop side clutches. That's what I'm pretty much rocking. As you can see, I have not all of the standing dunks. Bauer put me onto this, and honestly, I should have been on this myself. And I'm not here to say it's for sure, but two-hand dunks for the standing dunks are probably the way to go. So, boom, run the pro, run the elite, you know, the two-hand under basket, the standing contact dunks for the bigs and stuff like that. I'm running Dwight, LeBron, and Amari Stoudemire. I wanted to try this. It's new, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of troll stuff in it. It looks pretty clean and efficient, so I want to give it a shot. And I think it is pretty good. And then a new addition, which is actually really cool, is the alley-oop packages. So you have Pro, Elite, and Zion all back from last year, but now you have added Malik Monk, Anthony Davis, Aaron Gordon, Derek Jones, and Giannis. So some of these are, you know, height restricted, like AD, you need to be 6'10 plus. But like Aaron Gordon and Giannis, for instance, you just have to be 6'5 and above. Derek Jones has to be wings, and then Malik Monk has to be small guards. So it's cool that they added some alley-oop packages. I think that's actually pretty fun. So anyway, the same old for the contact alley-oops, obviously, but that's cool even still, though. And I like that they added that. So anyway, that's all for video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, stuff if you're new, turn on noties, all good stuff. Like always, try this one to 1,000 likes. And if you made it to the end of the video, put / or you could put force of nature in the comments. Shortest person I know I threw. I'm so happy that this build is A, good, B, fun. And also, again, for those of you out there that are maybe bigger fans of the 6'8 style that I have and is going to be a little more shifty with the dribbling and stuff like that as well, stay on the lookout for that because I will still be making that build. It's just the right way to optimize this, and let me see if I can pull it up in the quests. The right way to optimize it is to get the rebirth first. Same old, same old. You got to talk to Ronnie 2K, and then boom, if you get your build to a 90 overall, you'll be able to recreate any other build, or not recreate, but your new builds will now be 90 overall once you have hit that, as well as you'll get silver badges, or lower. On any badge that goes up to silver, it'll go to silver. You know, simple. And then when you hit the gold one, you'll get 95 overall, and then boom, any badge that you have on gold will go up to gold as well. So I think 90 is at least a benchmark that I want to hit when it comes to, you know, grinding at least one build. To be real with y'all, I'm about to be dropping a ban on this game. It's just so fun. I can't help it, man. I don't want to grind either. I'd rather pay to not have to grind. I know it's like a sellout thing to do, but it's just the truth, man. And I'm not gonna lie, it is low-key a setup because the badge progress on this game is tough. So it's understandable though, because if you were to factor in this rebirth stuff, the initial badge grind is something that's kind of fun, and kind of fun for the game to not be so crazy off rip with people having their badges in 2 minutes. But eventually people will be able to because you'll have, you know, the 95 overall rebirth and stuff like that. So I think grind your first build, hopefully find a squad that you can fit in with on that build, and you'll be looking good. But anyway, I'll at least play around that. But yeah, I'm definitely hitting 90 overall on this build before I really start working on that 6'8", and I probably will just recreate the 6'8", truth be told. I still have a little bit more labbing I want to do on the 6'8 too, so that's why I didn't put like an official stamp on that yet, because the thing about the 6'10 is that every layup package that you can get is achieved by 80 layup rating, right? Like all of these are. So you can't go wrong with animation-based things on this. Like, you know, the dribble moves are all 80 or 75, so like everything is achievable with that. The dribble style, I already knew exactly what I want. Like all the layups achieved. So there is no way you could go wrong with the 6'10 animation-wise. You can go wrong with the 6'8 because there's so many layup packages that have high demand on the requirements and stuff like that, and there's a lot of, you know, failure possibility of like, oh no, I made the build with 82, but turns out, oh, Zach LaVine Euro, it's the best in the game, but that was 83 requirement. That sucks. Dang, that's tough. You know, so obviously I'm trying to play the game. I'm trying to have fun. I can't lie to y'all. The Tester Laker is checked out a little bit right now. So unfortunately, y'all might have to function without me. I'll try though. I'll try and put on for the wing gathers and stuff like that. But yeah, I am in my element trying to have fun and be a demon slasher. So yeah, you might not catch me testing the animations quite as much now. Anyway, that's all video. I hope y'all enjoyed. And like I said, if you made it to the end, put, force of nature in the comments, show support me all the way through. Anyway, that's all. Hope y'all enjoyed, and feel free to check out other videos. Take it easy, man. Peace.